Welcome back to the Sudbury Community Arena, where we are moments away from the start of the third period between the Guelph Storm and the Sudbury Wolves. And recap how this game's been so far. After the first period of play, the Guelph Storm had a 3-0 lead with goals from Fabry, Mitchell, and Suter. And in that first period, Guelph outshot Sudbury 13-10. And looking at the second period scoring summary, Brock McGinn, he would make it a 4-0 game at 6:58 on the power play. That one assisted by Dickinson and Kosmachuk. And then at 12:36, Stevens would get his first career OHL goal. That would make it 5-0, and that one assisted by Ebert and Suter. But the Sudbury Wolves would find a way to get on the board at 15:53 of the second. Jacob Harris scoring on the rebound after a 2-on-1 situation. That goal was assisted by Connor Crisp. And then on the power play at 19:38, Radek Faxa would make it a 5-2 hockey game, and his goal was assisted by Cahoon and Silk. Shots in that second period favoring Guelph 16-9, bringing the total shots to 29-19 after 2 periods of play, and Guelph up by a score of 5-2. And now to quickly look at the OHL out-of-town scoreboard. Midway through the third period, Kingston has a 10-2 lead on Belleville. London and Owen Sound, they are tied up at 3 apiece midway through the third. At the midway point of the third, Plymouth and Barrie are tied up at 1. It's tied at 3 apiece between Erie and Sarnia at the RBC Center. That one in the second half of the third period. Saginaw up by 2 on Kitchener by a score of 4-2, and that one midway through the third. And the third period just underway in Mississauga, where the Oshawa Generals are up on the Mississauga Steelheads 4-1. And action here in Sudbury back underway. Glad you can join us. Mike Poirier here, and we are underway. Robbie Fabry tipping it forward. Guelph, they just decide to dump it in. Evan DeHaan gives chase. Puck bouncing behind the net. Connor Crisp now skates away with it. Up to Faxa. Faxa reaches the center line, carrying it forward. Faxa to Crisp. Wanted the one-timer. Now he shoots, and that's stopped by Nichols. Crisp sends it back to the point for Rain. Rain throwing it on it. That goes off a couple of bodies. And the rebound comes to the point for Evan DeHaan. Down low to Crisp. Crisp in the corner, gives it back to DeHaan. DeHaan will just put it right back behind the Guelph net. Connor Crisp trying the wraparound, whacks at it a couple times, but Nichols holds on at the post. And the puck comes to the near side. Kirby Reichel for Guelph, putting it back behind his own net. And Trojanovic will collect it for the Storm. Up to Fabry. Fabry, he'll just dump it in. And the Sudbury Wolves will give chase. It's Trevor Carrick now up to Baptiste. Baptiste skates it up through center ice. Baptiste cross ice pass. No one was there to collect it. So Ebert moves it forward, and he finds Kosmachuk at center. Kosmachuk taken down by Capobianco, and Carrick will collect it for Sudbury. He sends it up to Nick Baptiste. Baptiste to Campagna. Campagna dumps it in. Baptiste first one on it for the Wolves. Baptiste puts it in front. No one was there. Pansell reaching for it, and it comes to the blue line for Carrick. Carrick gets it past a couple of defenders. Baptiste overskates it, and the Storm collect it. Dickinson to Kosmachuk. Kosmachuk trying to find Fabry. And loose puck collected by Baptiste, and he wanted to find Pansell, but Dickinson intercepts that pass, and Kosmachuk will now just dump it in for Guelph. Puck goes right on net. Palaziz will play it for Carrick. Up to Crisp. Crisp, cross-ice feed over to Brody Silk. It's just out of his reach, so he has to just dump it in. Crisp reaching for it. He's the first one on it. Gets it away from Baltusberger. And the loose puck found by Auger. Auger over to Harper. Harper skating it up ice. He reaches center. He'll just backhand it in. That goes up over a couple of players and back behind the Wolves net for Kevin Rain. Rain trying to skate out. He's facing some pressure. Now he gets it up to Brody Silk. Silk has the puck knocked off his stick, and the Storm now collect it. Here is Pirog. Slap shot stopped by Palaziz. And Evan DeHaan now for the Wolves. He skates it through center. He has some room. Evan DeHaan still with it. Shoots it, and there's a glove save by Nichols. And he'll hold on for the faceoff. 17:31 to play here in the third period. Guelph enjoying a 5-2 lead after 2 periods of play. Sudbury Wolves, they've scored the last 2, coming from Harris and Faxa. And right now, Jacob Harris out on the ice to take the faceoff up against Robbie Fabry. Face-off won by the Storm. Trojanovic for Guelph takes it behind his own net. He's hauled down. So we're going to get a tripping penalty against Sudbury, as Guelph going back on the power play. It's Nathan Cull going to the box. So for the Storm, their power play 2 for 4 this evening. So this will be their 5th opportunity. The 2 power play goals coming from Zach Mitchell in the first period and then Brock McGinn early in the second. And right now, Mitchell is out on the ice to take the face-off for Guelph up against Radek Faksa. Face-off won by the Wolves. Evan DeHaan collects it in the corner. DeHaan trying to get it up to Faksa. Puck intercepted. Reichel down low, and Fabry couldn't tuck it in. Sudbury with it. Baptiste taking his time. Now he'll dump it down ice. And Leslie will collect it for Guelph. Leslie almost loses it to Faksa. Now he'll carry it behind his own net. Moves it up to Fabry. Fabry over to Mitchell. Mitchell in the attacking zone. Good work there by Carrick to knock the puck flip free. Puck's now loose. Fabry trying to carry it in front, but Harris sends it down ice. 1:24 remaining in the power play. Nathan Call right now in the box for Sudbury for tripping. And Guelph has possession. Ebert sends it up to Mitchell. He couldn't control that pass, so Rain collects it in his own end, shoots it along the boards, and that'll sail down the ice into the Guelph end. Nichols comes out to play it for the Storm. He'll leave it there for Ebert. Ebert taking his time, moves it up to Kosmachuk. Kosmachuk shooting it in. It goes into the corner, and Pansell will play it along the boards. It's picked up by Kosmachuk. Back to the point for Finn. Finn, his pass was deflected. Nathan Pansell finds it, and he chose not to go in the attacking zone as he knew Matt Finn would have been able to stop him from getting any sort of scoring chance. Kosmachuk moving it up ice. His pass intercepted by DeRoche. He couldn't get it out as McGinn with some good work there. Finn keeping it in for Guelph. Puck goes into the far corner. Dickinson, the first one on it. Jason Dickinson puts it behind him. DeRoche finds it, and he'll just clear it easily down the ice. Nichols leaves it behind his own net. 18 seconds left to go in the power play for Guelph. Puck now at center ice for Ryan Horvat. Horvat's pass to Baltisberger. It's bouncing, and Kevin Rain will find it in front of his net, and he'll clear it. Puck sails down the ice. Nichols comes out to play it, and that'll do it for the power play. Nathan Call back out on the ice. It's back to even strength hockey. And that puck touched with a high stick by Kevin Rain, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off in the Sudbury zone. Shots right now favoring the Guelph Storm, 32-21. They have dominated this game for the most part. However, Sudbury really picked up their game late in that second period and were able to find 2 goals late in the period after Guelph scored 5 unanswered in the first period and the first half of that second period. Baltzberger putting it behind the Wolves' net. It's collected by Mitchell. Over to Fabry. Fabry in front. No one was there. And Baptiste collects it for the Wolves. Nick Baptiste through center ice. Still with it. Baptiste comes in, gives it over to Faksa, and his shot's blocked. Guelph collects it, and they'll just send it to center ice where Carrick finds it for Sudbury. Over to Baptiste. Baptiste, he'll just dump it in. After it is Ben Harper. Harper has it in his feet. Faksa on him. Faksa reaching for it. Has to be careful. They don't want to take another penalty. Faksa gets the loose puck. Faksa digs it loose, puts it behind the Guelph net. Pansell goes after it. Pansell leaving it there for Crisp. Crisp back behind the Guelph net. After it is Faksa. Faksa to Pansell. One-timer stopped by Nichols. And Guelph will send it down ice, and this will be icing. Auger gives chase, and they're going to wave it off. Auger collecting it for Guelph. It's in his feet. Cahoon kicks it, and it's at the blue line. Here's Pansell. Pansell to Cahoon. Dominic Cahoon, slap shot, and that's wide of the net. Puck comes to the point, and Horvat's able to get it out. Pirog to Auger. Auger on the near side. His shot bounces off a couple legs and just misses the Wolves' net. Sudbury trying to clear it. Dominic Cahoon skates it up to center. Over to Brody Silk. Silk gets around a couple of players. It's now in the corner. Braces for the check. It's in the feet of the Storm player. Silk with it, trying to get it back to Cahoon. And now Guelph with it. Pirog loses it to Cahoon. Cahoon's shot, easy stop there by Nichols as no one was in front of that one. And he'll hold on for a face-off at 13:41 to play here in the third period. Sudbury Wolves trying to get something going here early in this third period, trailing by 3. And right now Nathan Call out to take the face-off against Dickinson, and Call putting that one in the corner, and now he takes a run at Trojanovic. Puck's at center ice. Clapham leaves it there for DeRoche. DeRoche nearly loses it. And then Harris trying to return the pass, but instead it's picked up by Dickinson. Dickinson for Guelph, puts it on net, turned aside by Palazes. Kosmachuk, he's taken down, and it's picked up by Clapham. Clapham to Nathan Cole. Cole skating through center ice for Sudbury. He still has it. Nathan Cole in the corner, puts it around the net, and finding the loose puck was Kosmachuk. Cross ice feed to McGinn. McGinn over to Kosmachuk, fans on the shot, fans on his second chance, and then DeRoche's taken into the boards. Jacob Harris skating it up ice for the Wolves. Over to DeRoche. DeRoche in the attacking zone. Shoots it, tipped by Harris, but stopped by Nichols. Harris trying to put it back in front. Puck comes to the point for Capobianco. Fakes the shot to Carrick. Carrick winds up. Now he shoots it. That's stopped. Rebound in front. Harris and DeRoche couldn't bury it into the open net. Carrick steps up, takes out Dickinson. And now Call couldn't control the puck, and it's at center. Jacob Harris skates it in, and just offside is Trevor Carrick, as Harris one too many moves. And Sudbury, Danny DeRoche, shaking his head as he cannot believe he missed on his opportunity at the side of the Guelph net. Jacob Harris, a shot deflected off a leg and then over the net, and then DeRoche at the side. He had a wide open cage but couldn't bury it, and it looks like we're actually going to get a review. So not sure if they think the puck might have gone in the net. So they just want to be sure. As our officials for tonight's game, Scott Oakman and Seth Ferguson. And on the phone right now is Scott Oakman reviewing this one. Wait and see what happens here, and they're going to say no goal. So face-off coming outside the Guelph blue line. Face-off between Suter and Campagna, and the Storm will win that one. Finding it now is Bowman. Bowman dumps it in. Carrick, first one on it. He collects it for Sudbury. Moving it up to Ray Heater. Heater to Campagna. Campagna through center ice, still with it, dumps it in. Baltusberger collecting it for Guelph. Kicking it loose there, finds Stevens, and now it's up to Bowman. Bowman over to Suter. Suter shoots it, stopped by Palazes. He looked behind him and somehow makes the save. As the fourth line for the Guelph Storm, creating a nice opportunity. But Palazes once again making a huge stop to keep Sudbury in this one with 12:05 remaining in the third period. Score remains 5-2 in favor of the Guelph Storm. Face-off to the right of Palazes. Fabry taking the face-off up against Nick Baptiste. Scrambled draw. Faxa will find it, but he can't get it out. Mitchell keeps it in for Guelph. It's behind the Sudbury net. Evan DeHaan finds it for the Wolves. Collecting it now is Kevin Rain. Up to Baptiste. Baptiste trying the cross-ice feed. It was deflected by Mitchell. And the puck rolling into the Guelph end. Leslie moving it up to Reichel. He couldn't control that pass. So Rain moves it over. That was Crisp fanning on the dump-in attempt. Now Kirby Reichel carrying it in. Puck in front of the Wolves bench. Kevin Rain nearly loses it. Now moves up to center to Baptiste. Baptiste gets around Leslie. He's held up. Fans want a penalty. None coming. As Chris puts it behind the Guelph net. Here's Baptiste. Baptiste putting it on net. Stopped by Nichols. Faxa now on his backhand. Carrying it into the slot. Trying to get it over to Chris, but he was tied up by Ebert. And Guelph gets it to center. Here's Reichel. He'll just dump it in. After it's Trevor Carrick. Carrick nearly losing it to Reichel. And now the Wolves will take it the other way. Baptiste at center, trying to dump it in. That goes off of Mitchell. And he collects it for Guelph and puts it over to Finn. Long pass for Reichel. He's at the end of a shift, so he'll just dump it in. Palazes leaving it there for his defense. Sudbury quickly turning it around. Dominic Cahoon with some speed. Nice move there, getting out of the zone. Now he's through center ice. Dominic Cahoon carrying it towards the net. Nichols plays it, but Cahoon's still with it. Dominic Cahoon back behind the Guelph net to Silk. Silk nearly losing it. Comes into the corner, and now Guelph will clear it out to center. After it is Clapham. Clapham taking it behind his own net, leaves it back there for Evan DeHaan. DeHaan comes out from behind his net, up to make that Brody Silk. His pass intended for Cahoon, but it was out of his reach. So that'll go down the ice for icing. And Austin Clapham playing in his 9th game this season. He was called up as a result of some injuries on the Sudbury Wolves back end. as Craig Dunnick and Connor Cummins are both out due to injury, and we saw Jeff Corbett leave the game in the second period due to injury. So Sudbury right now playing with just 5 defensemen. Face off to the right of Palazes. It's won by the Storm. Baltusberger to Kosmachuk. He's taken out by Rain. And the puck goes behind the Wolves net. Here's McGinn. McGinn in the corner. Back behind the Wolves net. It's picked up by Capobianco. He sends it up to Danny DeRoche to Nathan Call. Call takes the shot. That's an easy save by Nichols. And he'll hold on for another face-off as we've reached the 9:56 mark of the third period.